the Cornish Seal Sanctuaries raised the alarm over several seal pups which have been brought in with suspected dog bite wounds. They're urging people heading to the beach this October half-term, please keep your dogs under control and keep your dog on the lead. They've even said even friendly dogs can scare or hurt vulnerable pups. So should we go a step further than that and simply say beaches ought to be dog-free spaces? Francine.
OK, so I'm sitting on the fence here because I have a dog and my dog is quite a small dog. You know, I look at, he's totally
I can
harmless.
See your dog. What's your dog's name again? You're
Vinny. He's so cute. And I've taken him for runs in the beach when I've been on the and he's loved it and it's been lovely. But I understand it from somebody's point of view who are scared of all dogs. And, you know, when you've got your children building sandcastles and a dog runs up and jumps all over their sandcastles or frightens them, it can be a bit scary. I don't say ban dogs from beaches, but what I would say would be a great idea is to have times when a dog can go. So maybe between 9 and 11, it could be, you know, dogs are allowed on the beach at that time. And if you don't want to be on the beach with dogs, it's like when kids are in a swimming pool. I don't like swimming when kids are in a swimming pool because I hate being splashed. So I choose to go when they're not. Yeah. And so I think it's good to maybe make times rather than banning them completely.
I would do it the opposite way, actually. I would have only the children are allowed 9 to 11 and the dogs get more of the time. that would solve it for me.
Do you take your dogs to the beach?
I've taken the dogs to the beach once. That's
here are your dogs. What are they called again?
Dominique Devereaux and Dolly Parton. That's Dee Dee and Dolly. We're a gay house, if you didn't realise. Basically...
We all name our dogs after... I'd named mine after Vinnie Jones.
There we go.
There you go. So
actually, just if the vet calls and says, Dee Dee needs a vaccination, I'll say, sorry, who? And the vet has to say, sorry, Dominique Devereaux. I give the full name. But I have taken them to the beach. I think that this is actually quite similar to the last conversation in as much as what we're annoyed about here is irresponsible dog owners. Yes. And what we're now potentially talking about is penalising every single dog and dog owner because of the irresponsible ones. I think what they're saying is keep the dogs on a lead, keep the dogs under control, either have times or areas on the beach where the dogs can go. Because I agree that's terrible that these pups are either getting hurt or scared, but it can be solved without an outright ban.
You've got so many children and a whole lot of dogs going on as well.
More children, 2 dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, love the dogs. My feeling...
But not the children.
Well, not the children, obviously, just the dogs.
Love the children, but, you know, that goes without saying.
No, yes, of course.
No, my feeling about this is that on the beaches where there are seal pups and they're concerned about them, then sure, ban the dogs for the season that the seal pups are there. On most other beaches in Cornwall where there are bans, they are timed. You can walk your dog up till 10, you can walk your dog after 6:30 between mid-April, I think, and October. So, you know, that's reasonable
Describe
enough.
to me the joy of taking your dogs for a walk on the beach. What it's like for them, you imagine, and what it's like for you. Just describe it, because it is part of freedom in a way, isn't it?
It's just wonderful to see your dogs just off and coming back and feeling totally free, totally liberated. And it's a joy. It's a real joy.
It's kind of when it seems like they scent the salt in the air. And then they suddenly, all that friskness, and even old dogs suddenly develop new tricks and get all excited. And there's a whole kind of thing.
Frisky and vibrant and alive. It really is, isn't it?
It's the most amazing feeling.
And yet at the same time, if a dog, because they are not trained particularly well, or because they're curious and they're accidentally or unintentionally causing damage to other life that can't defend itself, I think it's equally important that that's recognised. But to totally ban dogs from beaches just seems really ridiculous.
I mean, obviously, we'd love to hear from you on this one. The number's 0207 862 2222. Maybe you don't normally phone in, you're just watching, you're relaxed, but do pick up the phone, especially if you live by the beach. If you live on the coast, what is it like? Do you think dogs on the beach make the beach so much less inviting and so much less of a pleasure? Or do you think it's part of the scenario? You look down, you see dogs bounding in the surf, it's a lovely feeling. Dog walkers are and actually dog walkers are very faithful to beaches. I mean, all year round, when other people retreat until the 99s come out in the deck chairs, the dog walkers are still there kind of keeping the beach my
dogs didn't love the beach when I took them there. I really feel like I was missing it out. No, they didn't love it. Like Dolly, the little white one, I mean, she hated the fact that she was so close to the water. Dee Dee didn't. When there were some wooden stairs going up and down the beach, which obviously had gaps in them. I had to carry her because she didn't like the gaps and stuff. So actually, I'm not listening with that real jealousy that you're all talking about how lovely it was.
I love this because just during the break, you don't know this, but Cristo was just talking about not mollycoddling children. And now he's talking about how his dog found the beach. The beach was too sandy, the stairs were too steep, he had to carry the dog. Talking about mollycoddling, Cristo, honestly.
I am full of the proverbial sometimes. I really am.
I love the beach. I don't like a beach.
Oh, you don't
I hate
like the beach?
sand. I hate it. I hate the sand in my, I always end up within my teeth. I don't know how it gets there, but it always ends up in your mouth somehow.
I love walking along at the beach when I've got boots on or trainers or whatever. I don't like the
How do they go with your Speedos,
Okay,
though?
vulgar question. Forgive me for asking a really unromantic question, which I wouldn't normally want to do. But you know the whole, blue plastic bag clean up after your dog thing,
yes,
which applies on roads and it applies in parks and it applies everywhere. Does it also apply on the beach? And do people feel they must do that on the beach, or am I right in imagining very often people sort of think, it's the beach, so that doesn't really matter?
Do you know what? If people think that, that's the last place they should do that, because that's where children are going to be running around barefoot. That's the last place you should not clean up after your dog.
Do we think that people think it's the beach?
Well, if they do, they need to be CCTV on the beach and they need to be
facial
banned.
Recognition.
Facial recognition. And they should be banned.
Because you don't often see people walking along the beach with those blue plastic bags, do you? I think people think that the beach is the exception.
I don't
go anywhere without them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The other day, actually, I mean, this isn't a beach story, but I was on the street and Dolly decided, she always goes in the park, and this time she was doing it on the pavement, and I didn't have a bag with me, and I was like, this is the middle of the pavement. I was about to literally pick it up with my glasses cleaning cloth, and someone walked past and had a bag, and I was so relieved because, like you take your bag and you pick up.
Yeah, that exactly happens to me, and because everyone has cameras at their Ring doorbell now. This guy came out to me, started having a go at me, thinking I was going to leave it, and I said, because I just rung my friend who literally lives up the road to come and bring me a bag. He'd done more than one poo that morning, so I didn't have a second bag because he doesn't normally do that.
I can't believe we're discussing this. I can't believe I'm the person that started this conversation. It's my worst nightmare, this conversation.
I don't know about you as dog owners, but when I see somebody walking away from theirs, I always say, would you like a bag?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I take one out for them.
Do you? And what do they say?
Usually they're too embarrassed to say no.
Oh my God.
They always accept the offer
That's like,
of the
excuse
bag.
me, is this yours, when they've just dropped litter? Is this yours? Did you mean to leave it?
Do it.
Oh my God.
But they're right about the beach. Like, that is where children are barefoot. It's where they put their hands in the sand. So I think it's almost more important than the park. And the park is a really important
All right, so we
place to
seem
pick
to
up.
be saying that it's times on beaches, that dogs should not be
Absolutely.
banned, owners should not be banned from bringing them, but it should be a time that that if you're taking the children, that the dogs won't be there unless you want them to. Laura's on Facebook and she says, a beach is for everyone, including dogs. But I don't think anyone wants to see seal pups mauled in their natural environment. Well, I certainly agree with that. And I'm very lucky to go quite often to East Cork in beautiful Ireland, the island of Ireland. And, we do see the seal pups on the beach. And, they're so, I know it's being kind of childlike and romantic, but they're kind of snowy white. Yes. They are so beautiful, and you stand there, you're just frozen because you don't want them to hear you or see you, but and they are just so beautiful. The idea that a dog would cause them damage is absolutely unthinkable. Heidi on Facebook says, I have 2 dogs and there are plenty of places to exercise them without going to the beach. Not everyone loves dogs, but unfortunately not many dog owners seem to remember that.
That's exactly what I was talking about, and this is a wider conversation actually about, I don't believe there's any such thing as a bad dog. There's only a bad dog owner. And I think that bad dog owners give all dog owners a bad name, and it's those that we've got to try and nip in the bud. I mean, your dogs have got to be trained. If you say wait, they've got to wait. If you call them back, they've got to be called back. If you keep them on the lead if they can't do that. Too many people don't do that.
All right, let's talk to Victoria, who's on the line in Kent. What do you think, Victoria? Do you have dogs?
I have only got the one now, but no, the dogs shouldn't be banned from the beaches.